So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Abhita Austin.
How's everybody doing today? Okay, so we're going to be talking about digital tools. And as Andre Taylor pointed out, our lives are, almost completely influenced by digital technology from the time that we wake up, right, to the time that we go to sleep. And in this digital age, if you're a blogger, a musician, an author, an expert, an entrepreneur, you have to be creating content, value-rich content, consistently in order to effectively communicate with your audience. But nowadays, with this influx of this ocean of information, because we're not only in a digital age, we're in an information age, your content really has to stand out and command attention. Okay? So my focus is on audio, and as Kerry has pointed out, I work with a range of clients, from recording artists to motivational speakers to health experts to small business owners to business coaches like Andre Taylor. And what all of these categories and all of these clients use is compelling audio to effectively communicate with their audiences. So today what I want to talk to you about specifically are the digital tools of podcasts and audiobooks and how we can use them creatively to communicate effectively with our audience. Okay, so how many, just want to take a little poll here. How many bloggers do we have in the room? I know okay, one? Just one? 1, 2, 3, okay. About 5, 6. How many musicians? We have, what do you play? What instrument?
I play guitar, keyboard, and saxophone.
Okay, wow. Authors? Oh, blogger and an author. Author all around. Experts. Many experts. Aspiring experts. Okay, so, and what's your level, what's your expertise that you wish to focus on?
Animation.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so as we can see, a lot of people are creating content. So in order to effectively, communicate to your audience, you're going to have to really get into the zone of creativity, since that's your business. Now it's to create content. So you're going to want to get into the zone of creativity and really, get into the flow of creativity. And I'm going to give you 5 ideas, 5 tips that would help you do that. Okay? So the first thing is something pretty simple, but it's reading daily, right? So it was the poet Joseph Addison who said, reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. So you're going to want to set aside each day time to read and study topics that are in your field, right, that uplift you and keep you really motivated on your path to your desired goal. Developing a daily reading regimen, it really increases your knowledge bank and deepens your level of expertise. So you're going to want to read daily. The next thing you're going to want to think about doing is experiencing a new art form. Okay, so do we have any music entrepreneurs in the building? There you go, music entrepreneur, and I'll raise my hand to that one too. Creative entrepreneurs. If you're a music entrepreneur, if you're a music entrepreneur and you specialize in hip hop or you specialize in rock, and you've never listened to country music, step outside the box and download a Keith Urban record or download a Dixie Chicks album, right? If you are a motivational speaker, you've never been to the Metropolitan Museum of Art or you've never been to the MoMA, make it your priority to go. It's very important that we step outside of our boxes and really experience diverse artistic approaches that are different from ours. And then we can take those various artistic forms and infuse them into our own creations. Okay, so the next tip that I have for you is find a mentor, right? So how many of us have mentors in the room here today? 1, 2, 3. It's too little, guys. Mentors really transform your life. So you're going to want to find a mentor, right? Find somebody who's in your field, who's a teacher, who really inspires you. Fabulous. So do I. Good for you. Excuse me?
I meet, she's sort of like my social work student, worker who I meet once a week.
Right. So he has a mentor. Find a mentor, right? So we want to find a mentor, somebody who really inspires us to create on a higher level. It's great to have successful guides in our lives that really support us. and really nurture our growth and our creativity. And it reminds us of our innate, unlimited potential.
I'd be a good mentor for someone.
I know. A lot of enthusiasm. What's your name, sir? What's your name?
Evan.
Evan. Nice to meet you, Evan. I'm Abhita. Okay, so the next tip that I want to give is change your environment. So if you usually create in your bedroom, or you usually create in your dorm room, or you're creating at your friend's house, or you're usually creating in your office, switch rooms, and see what type of creative sparks fly. So if, that's not possible, try going outside. If you're not the outdoorsy type and you can't switch rooms, then you might want to alter the space that you have. So you might want to paint the room. If you can't paint the room, burn your favorite incense. Start burning incense. If you can't do that, invest in some scented candles, some tea light candles. Dim the lights a little bit.
Don't paint the room pink.
Some people love pink. So you're going to want to, make sure that your physical space, the space that you create in, really inspires you. And that's very important. Make sure that it inspires you. Okay, the other tip that I have is share your art with someone new. Okay, once again, step outside of your box. Share your art with somebody new. As creative people, and I can speak for myself, sometimes we get a little too self-conscious, right? A little too self-conscious about our artwork. And, you're going to want to try to develop a level of objectivity where you can step back and, listen to what other people have to say about your work. And, it's up to you at the end of the day whether or not you want to incorporate their critiques or their, suggestions or criticisms into your material. So, we already took the poll, and we know, in this room, I would say, 10% of this room is creating content. And I don't think that's really directly indicative of what's going on in the world. If I went onto YouTube right now, millions and millions of people are creating content. Okay, business experts are offering their expertise, right? We have meditation experts helping us get centered. We have religious leaders offering extended sermons and teachings. We have health and fitness experts, right, teaching us how to live our best life. So the list goes on and on and on. Tons and tons of experts. And what's great about Audio for Experts is that it provides experts the opportunity to convey their message in their own unique way, right? It allows you to speak directly to your audience in your own unique style. You can emphasize and dramatize each word in your own way. It almost, another thing that it does, it expands your reach. So it's almost like it's defying the laws of gravity. It's duplicating you, you're cloning yourself, and being able to, extend your reach and extend yourself throughout the population, being in many places at one time, right? So it allows you to conveniently speak directly to your audience, right? It allows you to expand your reach. Another great thing about audio is that it creates an additional, it's a form that allows you to create an additional revenue stream, which is fabulous, through podcasts and audiobooks, which we will be talking about. It's very convenient, right? With all the mobile devices that we have the iPod, right? We have the iTouch. How many iPods do we have in this room? 100%. Okay. We have that's 100%. We have an iPod, iTouch, the iPhone, now the iPad. And with all these mobile devices, audio is becoming increasingly convenient, and it also makes it very powerful, a very powerful tool. Now today I'm going to be specifically talking about podcasts and audiobooks, right? So we're going to do a little experiment now. I know you guys have a sheet of paper, and it says Johan's World on it. All right, so everybody pull out the sheet of paper, right? And that is a script to one of my clients' audiobooks. And he's a film composer. I'm not sure if, oh, something's in my eye. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him, but his name is Wendell Haynes, right? And he's composed for television and film, and he's done about over 600 commercials. And we're going to get into his children's book. First, we're going to experience it as the script, right? This is the text. And I need some actors. I know we have some actors in the audience. Oh, what's your name, ma'am? Lainey. Lainey, would you like to be the narrator?
Sure.
Okay. And she sounds like she's ready to act. And you want to be Gilmore the Grump? Okay. You look pretty happy. Okay, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, Lainey.
Once upon a time.
Well, she's good.
Hold on. Cut. Shouldn't we have some music here? I'm telling a children's story. Okay.
Why can't we just read the script? We don't have any music.
You guys are good.
Make some music.
Fine, fine. Okay, the music, read. Okay, the description of the music that you need.
I need magical storytelling music that starts off small and builds gradually into a kingdom-like world where the creation of music comes from pure inspiration. It should start off innocent and then build into like a foreboding threat around the corner. Make it orchestral, but not too big. Remember, it's a children's story. I need it to be 1 minute long.
Okay, I got it. Roll it, places everyone. Okay, I need magical bells, I need flutes, I need clarinets, I need strings.
Guys, that was excellent. That was really good, actually. So now what we're going to do, if you guys can cue up the tape, we're going to listen to how Wendell Haynes converted that into an audiobook. And we're going to talk about that more and get your perception of both takes, both interpretations, right? The written and then the audiobook. So if you could roll the CD, it's about 2 minutes.
Film composer Wendell Haynes.
Can you turn it up some, please? Thank you.
Johan's World.
Once upon a time. Hold on.
Cut.
Shouldn't we have some music?
Sweet serenity.
Yeah.
I need magical
No, it's
storytelling.
just the CD. I think you're playing the
It starts
iPod.
off small and builds gradually
Yeah.
into a
If you could just turn
kingdom-like
that up,
world
and we'll be
where
great.
The creation of music comes from
turn it
pure
up as well.
inspiration.
Okay.
It should start off innocent and then build into like a foreboding threat around the corner. Make it orchestral, but not too big. Remember, it's a children's story. I need it to be 1 minute long.
Okay, I got it. Roll it. Places everyone. Okay, I need magical bells. I need flutes. I need clarinets. I need strings.
Once upon a time, there was a little 12-year-old boy named Johann. Johann wasn't your average little 12-year-old boy, but Johann was a composer. And inside his head was a world called symphony, where he could make music like you wouldn't believe. Techno, hip-hop, classical, funk, jazz. Using drums, brass, woodwinds, and strings, he could talk to all the instruments. And perhaps the most important thing was that the instruments could talk to him.
Hey, Johann!
Now, symphony was Johann's world where he created music, and all he needed was a music brief. What's a music brief, you ask? That's simple.
A music brief is a description of the music you need to create. For example, fast rock and roll or smooth jazz. Yuck.
With these directions, Johann could use his imagination to talk to all the instruments. The directions were his inspiration.
But lurking in the shadows of symphony was the evil dictator Notator, the note hater, and his evil army called the Writer's Block. They hated all music and loved only silence. To keep Johann from creating, they would resort
so that's
to
fading out.
anything, even
Okay,
violence.
so what type of instrumentation, or how many elements did we hear in that? We heard drums, right? Strings, cymbals, percussion, right? We heard various voices, or did we hear one? Could we tell if he was playing, if there were two voice actors? How many people thought there were two voice actors? How many people thought it was just him doing all the voices? Okay, so, yeah, I guess you guys lost, right? No, I'm confused. But that was Wendell doing all of those colors, all of those voices. He composed the music. He added the bells, the strings, all of that stuff. It's amazing. And what was your perception by, like, I don't know, I'll ask Leilani? Lainey. How did you feel when you read it, and then how did you feel when you heard it? When you read it, you mean?
When I read it, it was just reading it. It was up to my imagination to figure out how it would sound out. And actually hearing it, it gives it more to it. It was more exciting. You hear the music, you hear his voice changing,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I think for me, the music background, it adds it brought it to life.
Mm.
Just listening to it and then listening to the music adds a different element that it was missing when he was reading it aloud.
All right. What's your name? That's fabulous. America? So America said it brought it to life. Any other comments?
I think the thing about music is it brings change every second.
Mm.
It brings emotion and gives you different thoughts, and it's just a whole new world of imagination. Just infinity with music.
Wow. Infinity with music. What's your name? Gwenita.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful names today. Gwenita, America, and Lainey.
Yeah.
Okay. And your name again? And what was your take on it when you read it, Avery, and what you experienced listening?
Well, I was really surprised that it was pretty similar,
Yeah.
Except with all the added features, it was really professional.
Right. Right.
So it seemed live and it seemed in the moment.
Right. So live in the moment, emotional, more emotional. It brought it to life. So. That's what an audiobook can do for you. And let me just explain what an audiobook is. It's simply, right, an audio recording of a book or an article. But what Wendell did and what really you need to do to stand out in this market is to have spice and add life to your audiobooks. So they're giving me the wrap up. My name is Abhita Austin. Thank you for having me. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Boy, was that digital or what?